We're live. We're live.
Good morning. Good morning.
We are live.
See how Lisa tried to match my plain light gray with her pink because their colors do go together. Good morning to you. Happy Friday to you. My name is Brian K. McNeill, and this here is Dr. LisaSantiagoMcNeilll as she finishes getting dressed live on the show. Excuse her. I had to give her a little appetizer before we started the show. Oh! Today we have an interesting topic. On every Friday, we talk about Shout Out Friday. We give you an opportunity to shout out your business, your cause, your book, or whatever you want to shout out. But it's undeniable that since last Sunday, the halftime performance of Kendrick Lamar has had an impact on this country. The late night shows, the news, everybody's commentary. So many amazing speakers and thought leaders have posted pictures, even if they don't have nothing to do, because one of the things that marketing experts teach us is we do need to take advantage of some things that are topical. So, and I have yet to do it, make some post with one of his pictures on it, because either him or Serena, you have to do it today. Eyeballs are on that man's performance and the cultural impact of it. So I would love to hear your thoughts too.
We're going to talk about that and Shout It Out Friday right after these messages.
You ain't going to say nothing else before we go?
Good morning. My name is Brian McNeill.
And I am LisaSantiagoMcNeilll.
And thank you for joining us on our show, Let's Talk About It. We come to each Monday through Friday right here on the SIBN network, on iHeartRadio, YouTube, TuneIn, as well as Facebook Live. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Like. Good morning, and welcome back to Let's Talk About It with the Empowerment Duo. Good morning, Uzama. I was finally able to log into my Alignable account and cast my vote.
Good. That's beautiful. You did that yesterday. Did you find the events in as well?
I did.
Awesome. It's such a great resource. But good morning. Dun, dun, dun. You know, Tony Baker is a stand-up comedian that we both like a lot. He does this podcast with called the Baldhead Brothers. Him and
it's called Bald Brothers.
Bald Brothers. Him and
Kev
on stage, and they're funny. Okay, they're funny together. But there was this one episode. I think they were actually standing up on a stage together somewhere, where when the show started.
You watched the podcast, or you listened to the podcast?
This particular one I'm thinking of was when they were actually on stage together, and I saw it. At least I saw the beginning of it. But when they came onto the stage, the music was dun 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 dun, and Tony Baker says, "Shut it off, turn it off. You guys running it into the ground."
He's tired of it. He is tired of it.
The impact of that performance, if you didn't see it,
you're very welcome.
People are having a time voting for me. Well, that's good. So I hope you win, because last year they hyped it up and I wasn't really into it, and I'm really not even into it this year, but I'm getting votes, but I'm not promoted it as well, but I hope you win.
I didn't know you were getting votes. I'll vote for you too.
Yeah, I've been getting votes.
Let's vote each other up.
Okay, let's vote each other up. Okay.
Well, you don't have to vote for me because I'm not competing for anything. I think I don't even have any connections on Alignable.
You have no connections.
I have a few now, but I got kicked off of Alignable, and then I got reconnected,
reinstated.
And now I'm having to start all over.
Yeah, it's worth it, I think. Alignable.com is what we were just discussing. So, what say you, Uzama? Did you watch the halftime special? Do you have any thoughts at all, or you don't care about it? Are you already over it? What say you, Lisa?
I was over it before it started.
You were over it before you started? What you doing?
Trying to get situated. I feel like my stuff is too tight and I can't breathe.
Your belt?
The whole thing.
Does your back ache? Huh?
No. I just can't
But
breathe.
you remember, my back aches, my belt too tight,
I do.
my booty shake from left to right. Remember that?
Can you talk about your famous Kendrick
but
Lamar?
I have 3 younger sisters that are not that much younger than me, except for one.
Oh my God.
And that's the kind of thing they would be saying in New York. My sisters used to do that. What do you call that?
The hand jive, the hand clap.
But they be doing all of this stuff with other girls.
I still know how to do it.
You do?
Yes, of course.
You really do?
Absolutely.
Nah,
I really
son,
do.
you don't know how to do that. For real?
Yes.
Baby, get off camera and get dressed.
Just help me. I'm choking
What am I
to
supposed
death.
to do?
Find something to untie.
You tied all this stuff up.
I know.
Find something to untie? What kind of instructions is that? Find something to untie?
I can't breathe.
Get off my camera.
Would you please?
What?
Find an end.
Yeah, come on. No, you got to get up and leave the camera and go do this.
I can't do it by myself. Thank you. Now it's coming.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
Man.
Oh my goodness.
Not only I gotta be the husband, I gotta dress you too.
You didn't have to dress me. You had to undress me. I'm already dressed, but my goodness gracious, I couldn't breathe. It was like a sausage
casing.
Squeeze, yeah, like a sausage casing. But
that was the strangest
moment
it was on our podcast.
It was strange for me too. I was choking to death, and you was just watching me choke.
I was like, "What are you doing?
Choking?
How are you choking? You dressed yourself."
I dressed myself standing up, and it obviously got tighter and tighter as I sat down, and I couldn't breathe anymore.
All right, man.
So the Super Bowl halftime show has been the whole talk of the week, particularly in this house. Interestingly enough,
not particularly in this house.
Yeah, well, if you let me complete
what I'm saying.
Interestingly enough, the only time that I ever heard about it was on morning radio, because I do not consume any current events.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't consume any current events at all, except selectively.
Okay.
So whatever I go after, I find. And if I'm not going after it, guess what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to find it. However, just like Brian said, there are some ancillary means of interjecting current events into your day, even if that's not what you want.
All over Facebook, all over YouTube.
Well, I'm not on Facebook most of the time,
even
except
you,
on this morning
2 days ago, you posted a legalese of the Kendrick Lamar.
Well, that was for the old people.
That was for the old people?
Yeah. For those people that just didn't know, I don't know what he's saying. I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, that's a bull too.
You might not have known what he was talking about if you hadn't done all the research that you did. You didn't know just from the songs. You didn't know the relative. I don't know what you knew about Serena and the
SZA
and SZA and why they were
Samuel Jackson and the dressed
I don't know if you knew what they all meant.
And the performers looked like an American flag.
I know what it means.
And Sam Jackson announced and deduct another life. I watched it live.
Yes,
I did know I had my opinions. Okay. Mm-hmm. But I saw something this morning saying,
"Hey Jay, good morning."
Why people say they didn't understand Kendrick Lamar's performance, but they can understand everything about Pearl Jam. And Pearl Jam they love Pearl Jam, but you can't understand none of the words. Okay, but they can hear that, but they can't hear that. Even the baby Cheeto, the president, he said, "I don't know what he was talking about. I didn't understand him." So everyone has it in their mouths. You got to talk about it. Yes, this is Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to all of you. Yesterday, we did spend some time talking about the impact of Valentine's and what does it mean to you today. And that was an interesting talk, I thought, yesterday as well. But good morning, Brother Jay Mattier. So I'm glad we titled today's show, The Impact of Kendrick Lamar's Halftime Performance. At least that's how I put it, because I know somebody out there got an opinion. And I want to hear it. I want to have a platform for those of you with an opinion can share it.
Good morning, Miss Phyllis.
Good morning, Miss Phyllis. She's here. Good morning, Miss Phyllis. How you doing this morning? Happy Valentine's Day to you, Miss Phyllis. I know we talked about it yesterday on here, but what you gonna do on Valentine's Day? I actually liked the song more since the performance. And I did do my research too, for stuff my eyes may have missed the first time. I sent my wife clips this morning. She sent me a clip 2 days ago.
You know, that's exactly what's going to be his downfall.
Whose?
Kendrick Lamar. Because he's amazing, and it's amazing. But what's going to be the downfall is when too many people from the older generation start finding him cool. It's unfortunate, but it's a happenstance. Just like Facebook now has no young people on it. They're running away like droves because the older people are here. And the ones that are like here, absolutely. And the ones that are still here will even tell you, well, I just keep my Facebook so that my mom can get some pictures and so that I can keep in touch with my cousins or whatever. This is not their social platform. They're gone.
Cousin Jewel, how you doing?
Good morning, Jewel. Uzama says, I really enjoyed the show.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a meme that showed the field as a PlayStation controller and Squid Game's X's and O's.
Yes, they did that. They Squid Game clothes, but as an American flag. That was so much symbolism. And then they did a prison yard. They made the whole field look like a prison yard too. They had the game controllers, the prison yard, the Squid Game clothes, the American flag, Samuel Jackson dressed up as Uncle Sam of all people. I loved it. Loved it. Thank you very much, Uzama. Cousin Jewel, what do you think about the Kendrick Lamar halftime performance? Miss Phyllis, what's your opinion of it? You know, because I think it's hard today to not have any opinion. A thumbs up or a thumbs down or something. Yep. I think I like our color scheme today.
I think that he's definitely a talented young man. I think, and I feel old even while I'm saying it. He is a very talented young man. He is an amazing poet and word master. Amazing. I have read his lyrics as a reading versus listening to it. I'm not really that into his music, but his lyrics, he is a lyricist.
Yeah, and I remember a long time ago, there was an article in magazine saying, is Kendrick Lamar going to be able to save R&B? And this is when he was young in the game, but he was doing a lot of stuff with R&B music. Is he going to, like they was thinking R&B music is dying. Is Kendrick Lamar going to be able to save it? That's an old article I remember.
Well, he's still doing it. He's still integrating tracks and cuts from R&B music into it.
Whoa.
Dr. Frank.
Did I see Dr. Frank Marshall slide into the room? Oh, good morning, Dr. Frank. How you doing, sir? I love it when he comes through. And that was one of the happy moments too, just by accidentally bumping into Frank Marshall in a mall in Atlanta. Was it Atlanta?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we was in Atlanta.
Outside Atlanta.
Outside Atlanta, yes. Thank you, Antanobe. Antanobe, do you have an opinion of the impact of the Kendrick Lamar halftime show? And happy Valentine's Day to you, Antanobe, as well as you, Brother Frank. Because nobody tells brothers happy Valentine's Day.
You know what else it indicated to me is that you can use your platform creatively to impact whatever message you want to make. And it's important that you leverage those opportunities seamlessly. He was able to integrate so many instances together to make it an impactful event. There was so much imagery, there was so much simile, there was so many different references. There was different references to relationships, there was references to country, there was references to the beef, obviously.
Yep.
There was so much references all included in there. And it's so often that some people say, oh yeah, I didn't watch the game either. So many people say you can't be all over the place. But he was all over the place and right in the pocket at the same time.
Used the whole field, before and the stats came out before this halftime special, the Kendrick Lamar halftime special. Michael Jackson had the #1 most viewed halftime special in history. You know, so many gabillion people watch the Michael Jackson special and watch it again and again and again. And already Kendrick Lamar's has exceeded Michael Jackson's. Now the Kendrick Lamar halftime special has been seen the most, or was viewed the most.
Well, you know, that's an interesting point, but you got to realize that there was not as much accessibility.
That's right.
When Michael Jackson's performance was.
Well, last year it was way more accessibility, and the year before that too. It's still remarkable to me. And then I saw something this week too, sweetheart, about when Beyonce did the Super Bowl. You know, because the halftime performance, the NFL doesn't pay for them. They have to pay it for themselves. The NFL only pays for their facility use or something
special
like that.
effects and some of the staging.
Some of the stage, but everything else, Kendrick had to come out of his pocket. He had to pay for all that light show. He had to pay for all those people. He had to pay for all that.
The Super Bowl pays for some of that. They pay for the set, the scenes, all of that. They don't pay the artists.
Right. The artists don't get paid. But I saw something that said Beyonce paid like $9 million for her show. Mm-hmm. She paid $9 million. But the very next day, she like quintupled her money because people downloaded her music. They bought her stuff. Mm-hmm. They bought her clothing line, all that stuff. She made so much more money, even though she had paid $9 million and performed an incredible show.
That's the way it works.
She performed an incredible show.
You invest in yourself, and the returns on investment are what you are banking on. Now, there was an interesting investment that was made for one of the Super Bowl commercials that did not get played.
Oh, because it was 80 something million dollars for a 30-second commercial this year.
Yes, and Kanye's commercial did not get played.
Kanye West. Oh.
Yeah, he paid 80 something million or whatever it was to have his 30-second commercial, and it was approved because they do have to review and approve everything. And the only thing that it was supposed to be going to was his website, and his website at that time of approval had some ancillary Kanye material on it. You know, Kanye outfits.
They'll refund his money.
No, well, he probably. I don't think they'll refund his money because I think he breached. Because right before his commercial was supposed to go on, someone had the presence of mind to review his website, and it had been entirely changed.
So he's breached. He was trying to pull a slickie.
Right, exactly.
And he's going to try to get America to see something that they wouldn't have approved of.
Yeah.
That's not cool, Kanye. That's dumb, actually. It's low-handed, too.
Yeah, it's underhanded. So I don't think they'll refund his money, but good try.
Oh, dumb. He's been dumb for a couple of years now, to me. You know, he's been saying crazy things. What's going on with these artists?
Well, I think it's part of the creativity.
I want to go back to something else you said earlier. You think Kendrick Lamar's downfall is going to be that older heads are now starting to find him cool?
Yeah.
And that's going to be a downfall.
I think so. Good morning, Dr. Deborah.
That's interesting to me. Like when old heads find it to be cool, then it's no longer cool to the core demographic.
Nope.
Anyway, good morning, Dr. Deborah.
Right there.
Yeah.
When Papa is walking through the house saying da, 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 then it's no longer going to be cool.
It can still be cool if Papa's doing it. Good morning, Dr. Deborah Dunstan. I'm so happy that you're here.
Dad joke.
Yes. Dr. Deborah, do you have an opinion on the impact of the Kendrick Lamar performance? Sister Sheila Gothard, good morning. Happy Valentine's, Dr. Deborah. Happy Valentine's Day to you, Sister Sheila, as well.
Happy Valentine's Day, Craig.
Craig Sabb.
Brothers can have a happy Valentine's Day.
Craig Sabb and Sheila, do you guys have an opinion? You've seen it all week. You've seen it on all the podcasts. You've seen it on all the late night shows. You've seen it on Sports Center. You've seen it everywhere. The impact of the Kendrick Lamar halftime show. You know, you heard all the symbolism. You heard about Sam Jackson.
Thank you, Dr. Deborah.
I thought so too, Dr. Deborah. You know, I looked at the screen over here on my phone. I said, I think these colors work today. Yep. We didn't even plan.
Uzama said, thank you to everyone who supported me in the Business Person of the Year 2025 voting, whether you voted or tried to vote or wished you could. Your support means the world. Today is the day. Help me push towards victory at alignable.com.
I didn't know
it was
today.
easy. Just go to alignable.com and search his name, and then you can vote.
Well, you got to be a member of alignable.com.
Well, yeah. Well, I would
It's a
think
free membership.
so.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a free membership.
Stephanie Mars, happy Valentine's. She goes, it's love day. Is it every day? Stephanie Mars, do you have an opinion of the halftime show? Kiana, good morning. Happy Valentine's Kiana. Day. So it's not cool because I'm saying it.
Yes. Kiana, would you tell him? Kiana is one of our visiting young people.
Okay.
Doesn't something get uncool once all the old people think it's cool? Good morning, Sheila, again. That's right, no opinion. Absolutely. I tried not to have an opinion either, but one was forced upon me.
You shared stuff too.
No,
2 days ago.
Yes, because we talked about it on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
You said we got to talk about it.
I think it's topical, on
Monday.
That's right,
We
Kiana.
talked about it on Monday. And on Tuesday, I found the reference that I was looking for that William Brown asked me to share with him.
I hope William Brown comes in the room too.
So I sent it to the Facebook, and there you have it.
Okay.
Kiana said, every day is love day. Yes, it is.
Is.
Every day. Every day.
At the end of every show for the past 9 years, Dr. Lisa says, and don't forget to have sex. I think what she meant to say was, don't forget to show love and affection, right? No sex. I knew you was gonna say that.
No, I wasn't gonna say no sex, but no,
I meant sex.
That's right, Kiana. She said, "LOL, I love you said that because my daughter and friends call me old." Well, you are old.
They call you
to
old?
Your daughter and her friends. You are. We are all subjectively older. Actually, that's one of the things that I pondered while I was walking today. Was the impact of time and the perspective of where you are in it. What position you're in it. Thinking about a millisecond, a second, a minute, an hour, a week, a day, a month, a year, a decade, and depending on even a century and a millennia, depending on what side of that you're on, is going to determine how short or how long it takes. Stephanie said the performance was a powerful statement. It was subtle but complex. I'm glad it wasn't raunchy. Amen. Yes. Sheila says, like Facebook, not cool when another generation got involved, but does that apply to people? Yep.
Craig Sapp said,
happy Valentine's Day to all the beautiful young empowerment duo ladies.
The empowerment duo ladies. That's what y'all are now.
You.
Empowerment duo ladies. Thank you, Craig.
The performance was subtle but complex. Amen. It definitely was. Stephanie said, I'm going to watch it again.
Yeah, it's 13 minutes.
I think I've watched it a couple of times already, just for the interpretation of it all. Whenever someone says something that I think is just incendiary, that I think that they misunderstood, I go back and watch it again.
Uzama says, I'm older than my classmates. Now, Uzama is taking a class on coding and some other stuff too.
Absolutely.
Now, and his classmates are probably in their 20s. Okay, and he's probably 40 years older than them. Ooh, what happened to you?
I just scratched myself.
Jesus. Blood is gushing out of her arm. That's an exaggeration. She just scratched herself. What the heck? You scratched us. Oh, scab is what you did. You pulled at a scab.
Do we have to discuss this?
I could just discuss it in great detail. It's about 1 inch long, and she had like 2 scabs on it there. And anyway, put pressure on it with the tissue so it'll stop bleeding. Yeah. All right, because I'm former military. We took training on how to stop bleeding. Okay. So anyway, I do want to talk about it because I think it's topical. When I see speakers like Dr. Will Moreland making a comment about it, when I see other speakers making a comment about it, when I see all over my LinkedIn people posting a picture of it. One lady posted she's a marketing expert. She posted a picture of the halftime performance, but then talked nothing about the picture. She talked about her business, but she knew that picture was going to draw eyes, so you could pay attention to her business.
And this is something that I told you back in January when I did the video of my feet. But since I am not the marketing expert that you're referring to, you can't gather that same impact. I'm telling you,
I gathered
that
it at
video
the time.
went over 17,000 views.
I gathered it at the time. It's just
and
that
I
it
didn't
was
talk
my
about my
wife's
feet at all.
It was my wife's feet.
My feet
Her
were
ashy
showing.
feet on the camera.
That's it. But I was talking about marketing. That's right. Facebook. February is going so quickly.
You're right.
Amen.
You're right.
It is.
It's already Valentine's.
Absolutely. It's halfway through. We are halfway through.
Mm-hmm. Good job. Okay. Yes, we're halfway through the month, and we did talk about how you guys feel about it. Now, my wife, and it's so funny this year because Valentine's on a Friday. So, society, we talked about it yesterday, but society says you got to take your woman out to dinner tonight or tomorrow night. And what do you think is going to happen at the restaurants when you go tonight? How do you think it's going to be tomorrow night, Valentine's weekend? They're going to be packed because they're pressured into doing it. Now it's time for a moment.
Not yet.
Oh,
Just
okay.
go ahead.
It looks like you was ready.
I'm not ready. It's 9:30 is when I do it.
Okay, we're good.
Dr. Deborah says, I feel like it was so well produced and directed.
Mm-hmm.
It took a lot of moving pieces to get that to come together. What a message.
What
Absolutely,
a message.
I agree.
Serena Williams was only on camera for like 10 seconds. And Serena Williams did a crip walk.
Again.
Yeah, well, she can't stop crip walking or twerking.
But that was a throwback. It was a throwback to Wimbledon.
But that was
a diss to Drake.
I know they brought it up because that was the last time she did it in a famous arena was Wimbledon, but that was way back in 2012.
Yeah, but she got in trouble for that.
She didn't get in trouble, but some people disliked her. Some people had a problem with her.
The impact of that was because
she
of
won.
The perspective. Forget about all of that for a second. Okay. Let me make my whole point, if you don't mind.
Okay.
The impact of that was back then, the country had a very different climate with regards to the West Coast, with regards to the Crips, with regards to what they had made famous, which was this Crip walk.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the perception at that time was that it was a gang-related endorsement or affiliation,
okay,
and otherwise unacceptable for that particular arena. Fast forward to 2025, where now it's a dance.
Mm-hmm.
It's a I
see your point.
Regularly indicated dance everywhere. TikTok, Saturday Night Live, everywhere has this dance going.
Mm-hmm.
And good morning, Ernest.
Yes, I did. And I thought that was epic. Stephen A. Smith. I am so off of Stephen A. Smith now. I've been getting off of him for a year or so. But he says, if Serena Williams was my wife and she did that dance, I would divorce her.
Why?
Because he's an idiot.
He is an idiot.
But Serena Williams' husband took him down in such a wonderful way. He didn't come out of pocket. He goes, I understand your position. You have such a lonely life. You're 57 years old, never married, no children. And all you have is bad takes, insulting, victimhood, and all that stuff. And then do it again and again and again. Maybe if you focused on yourself or focused on being nicer, it was such a wonderful, wonderful response. And Serena Williams' husband, first of all, he's a billionaire, but he's obviously way smarter than Stephen A. Smith. I loved how he defended his wife and her honor and took him down in an elegant way.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Sister Sheila, for bringing that up. Ernest says, look, I was crip walking in 2001. So yeah. Then with Stephen A., he never had been married. And yes, he is an idiot. Yes,
Thank you very much.
Good morning, Ernest. How you doing, man?
Kiana goes on to say his performance was a message to those who get it. Are you truly watching? Are you playing the game, or is the game playing you?
Love it. Come on, Kiana.
It was powerful, no doubt, because it wasn't just about the performance. It was about a statement on power, control, and the deeper mechanics of our reality. if you saw it for what it was, you know it was bigger than just the music.
See, Kiana, this is what I came here for. I came here for that, Kiana. Thank you. I wanted that perspective from you because I think we missed something, buddy.
We didn't.
Okay. Dr. Deborah says, well, so well produced. Ernest James says, good morning / afternoon. That was the comment that we missed.
No, I said it to him. I said, good morning, Ernest. And good morning, Shirley.
Don't be all rough with me.
You touching my stuff. Don't touch my stuff.
You're not doing it, man. Scroll down some more.
There's no more.
Yes, it is. See?
Kiana Montesalto times all of this and all of this. Ernest,
And
Kiana is
all
about your age. So she has an insight that she brings to the table that we appreciate.
Why you keep messing with them, man?
Listen, I love Kiana, and Ernest knows I love him. So you need to stay out of
it. Comes
folks'
across
business.
to me like
That's
you
because
messing
you
with
don't
them.
know. That's because you don't understand. The same reason why you didn't understand my feet and you didn't want to showcase a picture
Of my wife's feet.
It's not your wife's feet.
It
They're
is
on
too,
the
my
bottom
wife's
of my leg.
My feet.
They're not.
All of this is mine's. How often do I have to say this to you? But Kiana, thank you for that perspective because I wanted that perspective from you.
Come and get
Kiana.
him.
Come and get
Ernest,
her.
come and get him.
Sheila, come get your girl.
It is now time for our Black History
Happy
moment.
Valentine's Day, Shirley Dejanette White.
Brought to you from Michael A. Carson's African American Inventions That Changed the World. We'll take an inventor from here, and then we'll also take a Today in African American History comment.
Okay.
So, Dr. Lloyd Augustus Hall.
Okay.
He was a chemist who contributed to the science of food preservation. In 1932, he invented a new method of preserving food. He has a total of 59 patents in the United States and several patents in other countries around the world. Dr. Hall was inducted into the National Inventors Hall of Fame in 2004. I always want to say when he was inducted, but understand that he was born in 1894 and he died in 1971. He was
posthumously.
He was awarded posthumously. And growing up, he was an honor student at the top of his class in school. He attended Northwestern University, earning a bachelor's degree in pharmaceutical chemistry in 1916. He was a chemist at
Black man getting a degree in pharmaceutical chemistry in 1916 is incredible to fathom.
Absolutely. He conducted research on the chemical preservation of meat, and he also devoted his time, effort to food science and curing meats. Dr. Hall invented a number of ways to better preserve food. Many food preservatives used today were pioneered from his methods.
You know, that reminds me of him. They didn't give him credit for a lot of that too, because food distribution in this country used to be horrible. The supermarkets or grocers didn't have freezers.
No.
So the food that you got, you better get it right then and cook it, because a lot of food showed up spoiled, or you had to cut out the spoiled part of it. But then they started coming up with methods like Dr. Lloyd Augustus Hall to learn how to freeze and preserve food better.
Prior to his invention, the most common way of preserving food was with salt.
Yeah.
And this method was unsatisfactory. It was difficult to keep food from spoiling and having a bitter taste. In 1932, he discovered a way to use a combination of salt with tiny crystals of sodium nitrates and nitrates that suppress the nitrogen that causes foods to spoil. This was groundbreaking during his career, and it changed the food curing process.
Amen. Thank you for that. Dr. Lloyd Augustus Hall, one of the great Black inventors that changed the world. Go to the next one. That was beautiful. Thank you for that. But
that's right, Kiana, and during Black History Month.
Bad in this country.
But this is 365 days worth of Black history. And this is Today in African American history, 366 days of historical events and accomplishments, compiled by Mr. Michael A. Carson, and we appreciate him for his contributions. I'm going to go to Valentine's Day. I'm going to go to today. On this day in history, on February the 14th, and I'll only read one or two. Master Juba William Henry Lane became the first African-American dance star. He took his name from the African dance, the Juba. Lane won the King of All Dancers title after 3 talent contests. He toured with 3 Caucasian minstrels, receiving top billing and garnered acclaim for his 1848 performance in London. He is accredited as one of the most influential figures in the creation of American tap dance. And that was in 1845.
We'll go to 93.
In 1993, Rodney Earl Slater became the first African-American U.S. Secretary of Transportation. Slater was also the first African-American Federal Highway Administrator.
Awesome.
And that's 2 to grow on.
It was 1993, not that long ago. Mm-mm. Some of us have children born
since then.
Yeah, and before then. See? Good morning, Dr. Beverly. Happy Valentine's Day to you as well. Dr. Beverly, do you have an opinion? Right now, my sister Kiana is rocking. Do you have an opinion about the Kendrick Lamar halftime performance?
That's right, Ernest. Dr. Beverly, happy Love Day to you too. Ernest, that's right. Love that. Dr. Deborah says, once again, I learned something new.
I really like this.
Yes. Absolutely. It's a wonderful book. We're going to continue the 366 days at least once.
Every day.
A day.
We're going to do it every day.
Absolutely.
Because it's worth it. I want to bring Michael Carson back on the show.
We will. We have the whole year.
Yep.
Ernest says, I love African-American history because that's American history. It really is.
Yep, it is, Ernest. Thank you for that, too. You guys are rocking today. Dun, 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 dun. What's the late night shows? Not Jimmy Kimmel. Well, man, he's a funny guy. He played Wayne's World. What's his name? The guy that played in Wayne's World. Michael Myers. No, that's not Michael Myers. That's anyway. But he did his show where he did to start his show, he did the dance coming out to it. It was the day after the Super Bowl. They had Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts on the show as guests, and he came out and did his dun, 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 on it. I thought it was pretty epic, actually.
A lot of another thing that's interesting is that it's an easy dance. It's just steps to the left, steps to the right.
Right. We can all do that.
Absolutely.
I did it this morning.
And plenty of media outlets are integrating that for fun in their presentation.
This is what I was saying to you earlier today, baby. It's so freaking topical right now. It's everywhere. Why? Because this is a moment, and you got to talk about it. You got to talk about what's going on, what's in people's mouths, what's on their minds. You got to talk about it. And why would a $1 billion produced talk show that's been going on forever, why would they devote time to this every day? Because it's that topical right now. Ernest James Ashara says,
I know we talked about the halftime show, but seeing Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley on these shows as humble and relaxing, showing class and focus has been super amazing after the Super Bowl.
Yes, and that's the other thing too. This is a class Super Bowl. Both quarterbacks were black men. Okay, a black quarterback won the Super Bowl, but Jalen Hurts, everybody. I mean, a lot of people have talked junk about him throughout his career, but he always was above it. He was always classy. You know, they sat him down. He had to change colleges. And he just always was, even the linemen that blocked for him, they were all older than him, but they considered him their leader. Saquon Barkley used to play for the Giants. He was by far the most popular player on the team. He was the leader of the team before they dissed him and let him go. That's why I'm so happy for him. But those two guys, they're humble. They're leaders. They work out harder than everybody else. They both can squat more than 600 pounds. And they both could be braggadocious, but neither one of them are. They always give credit to other people, and they both have huge contracts, especially Jalen Hurts. But you're right. Watching their class after they won that Super Bowl, I saw a picture of Jalen Hurts just walking, and they had the TV on, and they had all these talking heads. Who are you predicting to win? And all of them have predicted Kansas City to win. Nobody predicted Philly to win. So he's just walking by cool as can be, unfazed, unbothered. And he went out and won. And he beat the crap out of him too. Unfazed, unbothered.
Absolutely. Ernest said in leadership, yes, age can be important, but sometimes is the experience and the focus can make people older than you want to follow you.
It was amazing to me. Some of his linemen, I remember even 2 years ago when they went to the Super Bowl last time, they was talking about how he's such a great leader. These guys are 10 years older than him. Talking about he's a great leader and I follow him and I do this and he keeps the huddle calm and all that stuff. He keeps the huddle calm? That's supposed to be your job.
She also loves Samuel L. Jackson.
Me too.
Uncle Samuel Jackson.
Yep, I did too. You better not mess this up. America deduct another life. That's what they want to see, calm, right? It was beautiful. It was beautiful. And how many people have made money from this event?
Definitely SZA.
I saw this white lady made a YouTube short of her just doing the dance all around her house, like walking to the stove, dun, 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 and then a two-step, then taking her kids to school, dun, 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 173,000 views. 107. She's not even talking. She's just playing the dun, 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 and walking to that, doing different things in life. She was even reading a book, dun, 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 and walking like that. 173,000 views. That's how hot this thing is. That's how hot it is.
Understanding how marketing impacts your message will definitely help you to get it further than you could on your own, just talking about yourself. And if you're interested to know what I have learned over the past, how many years since 2016?
16, when you first started publishing?
When I first started publishing.
8 years.
9 years.
Yes, going into the 9th year. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
May it'll be 9 years.
May it'll be 9 years. And since then, I've produced over 180, almost 190 authors to date. And of those 190 authors, almost 40 of them are bestsellers.
Me included.
Absolutely. And as a result of that, I realized that I learned some things,
mm-hmm.
and I began to capture some of the messages that I learned, some of the lessons that I learned. I just began to go back over them because I have another author that is interested in having a bestseller strategy. And I decided, you know what? I don't need to recreate the wheel. I've done this enough times to know what I know.
You're better now than you were when you started.
Absolutely.
You know some stuff.
And in the process, I actually created a little PDF that I am willing to share with those who are interested in hearing my top 10 tips for bestseller as a bestseller strategist. And all you have to do to get that is inbox me or put me in the comments and I'll send it to you. That's all. That's all it takes. I just want to share it with you. I am telling you that it has had so much improvement, and I have impacted so many authors to not just write the book and then it's out there, but to actually leverage their message and get it into the hands of those that want to hire them, that it has been very, very beneficial. So
good morning, cousin Lily. If you want to submit your, I got to read Ernest. My cousin Lily, I see you slid in the room. If you want to tell us your thoughts on the impact of Kendrick Lamar, I'd love to read it. Ernest James Usher says,
I learned that downrange. I was the youngest and no one wanted to move without what I had to say, direct, and do. When God says it's yours, it's yours. Leadership, even Joshua and David at their age, that has stuck with me post Super Bowl.
That's amazing.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. Sister Kiana's coming back in the room. She says
it was really so well directed. I mean, to the point where people don't even understand some of the symbolism. But before he started with Not Like Us, in the young men, 3 different types of young men in the white clothes, symbolizing groups of immigrants that were once considered black but played the game and now were considered white. I mean, it was just an amazing production. Absolutely.
yes, and more and more of the symbolism will be revealed as time goes along to some of us. Thank you, Kiana. Shirley DeJohnette Wyatt says,
people hate to admit it. It was a great halftime show. It really was. I don't know who hates to admit it.
Ernest says, congrats, Lisa. Almost 200. Wow, amazing. Now, I didn't think of it. I know she had produced 189 as of earlier this week because that was the number she told me. 189 books she's published. But that means she's close to 200. Now, 200, that is a moment. That's monumental. We got to come up with a way to commemorate the 200th book published. The 200th book published by Empowerment Publishing and Multimedia, Lisa's company. We got to come up with a way to celebrate. Maybe one of you guys can suggest something. How should we commemorate that 200th?
Congratulations, Dr. Lisa Santiago. Oh, thank you, Shirley. I appreciate you. Can I read?
Yes.
Dr. Beverly says, African American history gives me hope for me. All at times where the imagination and creativity was working at its peak of energy. With what we have to work with now, I just hit myself that I should have already been a billionaire.
Stop it.
Things we have at our fingertips now compared to then.
No excuse. Amen.
No excuse.
They're not like you, Sister Kiana. It's 9:45. You got to get to the greeting songs.
And she says me. Ernest says me. I got to get it to you. I will inbox you the link.
Mimi, Quiana, and Ernest, great. Dr. Beverly says, y'all stop what you're doing for 1 minute. And with my youngest king, and wish my youngest king happy birthday. Please scroll. Artie Thompson III. I love you, and I'm so proud of his accomplishments. My blueprint reader. Amen. Dr. Beverly also says, Dr. Lisa is just the bomb.com. Ernest James Usher says,
what's funny is the beginning of 2024, Cat Williams took us for a ride from Club Shay Shay. Now, at the beginning of 2025, Kendrick Lamar has done the same.
Absolutely. So Miss Villa says, it's amazing the things that are coming out of that performance. That music is in my head. And the understanding and it all, wow. Shirley Jeanette Wyatt says, have a blessed day, everyone. Shirley also wants it. And Kiana says, happiest of living king to the young birthday. So anyway, it's time for us to say thank you the way we do. We want to do it on a Friday because this is the weekend. We're not going to see you again until Monday. So the way we say thank you to those of you who contribute in the comment section, like Sister Kiana has done so well today, we thank them with greeting songs and with greeting logos. Up first today is Mr. Uzama Ra. He's got a song.
Bitcoin King, he's the Bitcoin King. Uzama, Bitcoin King, he's the Bitcoin King.
Uzama, good morning, Uzama Ra. Jay Maddie's got a song too that goes, get ready, get ready. Oh, get ready, because here Jay comes. Get ready, because here Jay comes. Get ready, because here Jay comes. Miss Phyllis got a jam too, and it goes, Miss Phyllis is here.
Miss Phyllis is here.
So clear the way.
Miss
Phyllis is here. Now we can all have a great day. Good morning, Miss Phyllis. Cousin Jewel, you've been here enough. Recommend a song where we can put your name in, either Jewel or Jewel Bynum. Song or genre. Let's come up with a greeting song for you. Antinobi has one too. This is one that we all can participate in. Put on your Nigerian voice. Sit up straight into your chair. Put a lot of air into your body and say, thank you, Antinobi. That's Antinobi's greeting jam. Dr. Deborah Dunstan's got a song.
Dr. Deborah, nonprofit strategist and funding coach.
Mm-hmm. Good morning, Dr. Deborah. Craig Saab, 1,000 degrees. You'll be on your knees and you'll be burning, begging, please. Brother Freeze, Craig, let me borrow your VCR so I can dub a tape. Sister Sheila got it.
Sheila, Storms are brewing in her eyes.
Oh, that's Sheila Gotha's jam right there. Stephanie Morris has a song too, and it goes,
Stephanie, life has new meaning to me.
there is beauty up above, and things we never take notice of. You wake up and Stephanie, you're in love.
Ooh, ooh,
Ooh, that's Stephanie Morris's greeting song that we did, Dr. Deborah Ernest. If you need web designing
or some digital marketing,
don't call me. Call Ernest James Usher. Ernest James Usher. Shirley DeJohnette Wyatt's got a jam too, and it goes, Shirley DeJohnette Wyatt will rock you, rock you. Shirley DeJohnette Wyatt will rock you, rock you. That's Shirley DeJohnette Wyatt's jam. Dr. Beverly's got a logo on it, goes, Dr. Beverly is on the show. Good morning, Dr. Beverly.
And good morning to you
and the rest of your crew. Good morning, Dr. Beverly. How you doing?
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
I can't wait to come up with one for Kiana. Help
Absolutely.
us, Kiana. Kiana Monsanto Times or QMT, something. Let's come up with a jam for you, Kiana.
I think we got them all.
Okay, well, let's catch the comments then.
And Uzama also wants
Okay.
it.
Dr. Beverly says, I heard the song yesterday associated with my brother Ernest. So at the part of the song, I said, Ernest J. Usher. Da-da. That's right.
You know, I actually now forget that it comes from
Stevie Wonder.
Part-Time Lover.
Right. It's
Ernest
James Usher.
Da-da. And we appreciate you guys. And you
Friday's a
all,
work day.
absolutely. And you'll all get the link in your inbox as soon as the show ends. I appreciate your support. And feel free to take some time for yourself this weekend. Feel free to take some time for relaxation,
Encouraging them, yes.
rejuvenation, for just renewing yourself. I took a very renewing walk today, and it was wonderful.
You walk this morning. But I like
And
how
I
you put it
took
too.
some meditation time as well.
Feel free. She said it, but in a way, she's giving you permission to give yourself permission to take a commercial break. Take the permission to yourself. Take you some time to feel free to. A lot of adults feel guilty. They feel guilt. A lot of men, I know this to be true, feel guilty if we're not doing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So feel free to
Absolutely.
take a minute for yourself.
Absolutely.
It's time for us to go. I'm excited about my clients today. I hope you're excited about your day ahead of you. Have a beautiful day
And
have a great weekend.
don't forget to have